bringing you a pick a card reading today. This is going to be all about the divine masculine and divine feminine shadow energies, and what we're going to be looking at is what needs to be healed. Perhaps there's challenges between the two of you, and there may be a connecting energy as well. Sometimes we mirror each other, so that could come through as well. I'm going to be doing 3 readings that you can pick, so you can pick 1, 2 or 3. And I've got no visuals today. Okay, so just think of a number 1, 2 or 3. Just take a moment to focus on what number you'd like to choose. You can choose more than one if you wish to. 1, 2 or 3. Also, I just wanted to add, guys, that I tried to do a YouTube live the other night. I know some of you jumped on and it was just chaotic. There was so much issues going on with the internet. It just didn't work. I think I was on there for like 30 minutes. Not sure if it was recording me or what was going on. It kept saying I was live, but apparently it only recorded 14 seconds of it anyway. So that was a real issue and disappointing, but I did end up going over to Facebook and doing a live over there. So I will try to do another live soon on YouTube, on my channel here, but if it doesn't work, you can come over to my Facebook page, which is Divine Visions, Healing People in a Divine Way. There's a Facebook page over there that I will do regular lives on and pull a card for people as well. So there'll be messages. I would like to do a meet and greet as well and explain, introduce myself formally rather than just doing these readings on here and you hearing my voice, etc. It'd be nice to interact with you guys. Anyway, let's get started. So I'm just going to move these cards to the side. We're going to look at the divine masculine, divine feminine shadow energies and what may be connecting you guys. Let's have a look. Alrighty. Okay. Probably should have brought a water in here. I've got my coffee. Okay, let's start up with this one. I want to see the divine masculine. This is number 1, reading number 1, guys. All right, divine masculine energy, please. Divine masculine. Whoop. Main energy of the divine masculine. Main energy of the divine feminine. And we are, I'm going to swap these over, got them on the wrong side here. And we are looking at these are the Heal Yourself reading cards. They're just beautiful. Looking at the Psychic Tarot by Holland. This one's from Segal. Let's have a look here. Divine masculine. This is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart cards, Holland. This is for the Divine Feminine. What's going on with her energy currently right now? What shadow self are we looking at here? Well, we've got that mainly there anyway. These are too many. Take that one. Okay, so first up, what do I want to look at? Yes, this is what I want to see, the shadow self. These are my own cards that I created, the divine shadow self. Going to have a look. We've got the divine feminine on the front and we've got the divine masculine pictures on the back. So let's have a look. What is the divine? Well, there it is. And divine feminine. Too many, guys. I know it looks like only 1 or 2 cards, but actually these are quite thin. It comes out as like 10 cards in one go. Just for those, because I know people get upset with me sometimes and say, oh, you're not a real tarot reader. Okay, let's go. Divine feminine. Well, okay. How many are there? We'll take those. There's 3. And they did come out. Okay, sorry about that. They did come out. So, alrighty. Rightio. I'm going to do this first, then I'll get some other readings. Other cards. Now, The divine masculine is undergoing some temptation right now. He might be feeling that he wants to, you know, we got the woman here in the masculine energy. So this is the masculine we're reading for. And, you know, I have to explain that it's hard to explain sometimes. The divine masculine I call he, and we're looking at the masculine energy here. So it doesn't really matter what gender you are. It's just what you identify yourself as. But we can see the masculine here, and he's feeling like he's almost like transparent, like a spirit coming to his divine feminine. So he's tempted by her energy, about, you know, wanting to come forward, I feel. But for some reason, he's remaining silent. So this divine masculine might be giving you the silent treatment. He might have withdrawn, but there is, you know, this wall up. There feels to be a wall up. Maybe you've shut him out, or there's just something going on where he's just not communicating for whatever reason. He's gone into silent mode, and you're left wondering what's going on. You are meeting in dreams as well, but the temptation there is to reach out to the divine feminine. We've got number 9 here, which is a solitude, the number of solitude as well. But there is the one for new beginnings, wanting to start something anew. At the moment, he's going through discontent and boredom. So emotionally, he is bored. He's feeling like emotionally stagnant right now in his time of silence. I mean, we are in isolation at the moment too. But I do feel like this is more of a situation where he just feels he can't reach out for whatever reason. He's shutting himself off. We do have him needing to make a decision. He needs to make a decision whether he's going to move forward. There's choices in his life whether to move forward. This is the temptation. Is he going to move forward to you, or is he going to stay in this stagnance? You know, it's this stuck feeling. He feels like he's stuck. There could be some depression there as well, feeling that he just can't win, he can't move forward, he can't remain stuck, but he is stuck. So there is a temptation for him to come out of this silence. I think that in this time of, like, it's like a void for him, he is starting to think about the divine feminine and wants to come forward and perhaps communicate. There is a decision he's toing and froing between. He's getting prepared to perhaps make a move towards the divine feminine. We're going to see what else is going on for him there. I just want to see his other energy. Whoop, let's see. I'll get to the divine feminine in a moment. Divine masculine. Yeah, meeting in dreams, guys. That's what's happening here, and harmony. This is something he's seeking for. He does actually want to break this silence and come forward. So this would definitely resonate for those of you who are in no contact, or there's limited conversations going on. But it does look and feel to me that it is complete silence here. That he's starting to, in this time, you know, of being alone and looking within and realizing that he is alone and he is not happy with his life. He's not emotionally satisfied. He's kind of like, it's like a life review, being able to look into his heart space and realize, wow, you know, I'm missing the divine feminine. I'm missing her. So I'm meeting up in dreams. He's aware of this. He's remembering dreams. And it's so interesting because this is kind of like the astral plane. You know, he's reaching out to her from the ether. And so we've got harmony here. He wants harmony. He wants peace, and he wants something to resolve in this as well. So he may be preparing to come forward and preparing as to what he wants to say to the divine feminine right here. Let's have a look at what he wants to say to the divine feminine right now. What does the divine masculine want to say? What do you guys, the divine masculines watching right now, what do you want to say to your divine feminine? This could be from your higher self or something you actually really want to come forward with and say. Oh, hang on. So here we are. Divine masculine. What do you want to come forward and say to the divine feminine? Okay. Wow, this is interesting. There's 3 cards. I need space right now, which would make sense because he's going into silence mode. So I'm saying that there's a reason why he's backing off and withdrawing, but he wants to come forward. He's missing the divine feminine. He says, I blame myself. So he's going through a examination right now. He's not liking what he feels or what he sees, and he is missing the divine feminine, but for some reason he's holding back. We are looking at this preparing to move forward, so he is trying to work out what to come forward with and say to you. I need space right now. I blame myself, and I'm sorry. So perhaps he wants to come forward and have, make an apology. So that is really interesting for the divine masculine's energy. It feels kind of sad and heavy, and he's really not sure how to come forward yet to the divine feminine, because he might feel that she won't accept him or his apology, that he does blame himself. He feels he's done something wrong, or he knows it. And so he definitely wants to bring peace and harmony into the connection. And he knows also that the silence is harming the divine feminine and the connection, but he doesn't know how to make it right now, which is why he's taking time to kind of prepare and plan what move he's going to make next in terms of communicating and stepping forward towards the divine feminine. So let's have a look at what card might be the resolution, for this regarding his side of things. Yeah, sexuality. There's definitely a strong chemistry, strong pull to one another. There's definitely something that he's feeling drawn to is the chemistry. It's really this pull towards you. There are nights. It's a nighttime thing for him. It's at night where he's really missing the divine feminine. He feels that it's like a void in his heart, in his life. He wants to come forward and just, feel you in the physical. That's what he wants to do, is to share this with you and to bond with you. When people are together, two people are fused together, it's like that love and chemistry and connection, and that's what he's missing, and that's what he wants with you. And this is the shadow side too, that craving and that lust coming through for the divine feminine. Let's see, divine feminine is selling herself out. So basically you're in a situation where you're not really entirely happy, but you're just putting up with something for now. It's almost like there's so much more that you could offer or so much better you could do, but for some reason you're just settling. But there is a feeling, this is a Tower card, of wanting to rebuild your life because something did come crashing down. It's kind of like in this situation, whatever occurred between you, that something just crashed and burned, between the two of you. There's silence here. There's you feeling wounded and just like you see, you're feeling really perhaps like used or felt used by the masculine. Maybe it felt that, you weren't receiving what you needed in this connection. And you might have felt that he just used you, the divine masculine used you, or left you heartbroken and cold and damaged in some way, but you're settling for less right now. It's almost like you can't be bothered rebuilding this connection. It's almost like, well, I'm just wounded. I'm damaged. There's nothing that I can really fix in this. And so the divine feminines are feeling influenced. I want to see in a moment what that's about. It could be that she's influenced through feeling what she's feeling right now, doesn't want to rebuild this, feeling guilt. Guilt is the causal factor of why you're not rebuilding something. There's a feeling of shame in this as well. I want to get more clarifiers on that as well. Divine feminines are not taking the lead. This was reversed. So they're not taking the lead in this situation. They don't feel like they can. They just feel like they're completely drained and there's no hope for the future. They're feeling this guilt and shame. Perhaps the divine masculine made you feel guilty in some way, or you're just feeling guilty because of words you've said or the way you dealt with something or retaliated or responded. That can definitely be something there. I want to see, what am I seeing here? I want to see what your cards are here regarding this as well. Okay. Your guilt and shame could be influencing this situation. You might be having a heavy feeling of shame and feeling guilty because you're shamed or you're ashamed. That could be something that you're feeling guilty with because you feel like you need to be strong. You need to be able to rebuild this empire and tower again. It's like rebuilding yourself, reinventing yourself and being strong and confident, but you're unable to at the moment. So it's about being able to sit in this feeling right now, just for now, and be able to go through that process of healing. Now let's see what the divine feminines, there they are. What do we get? Romantic partner dreams coming true. So this is so interesting because at the moment you're really down and out. The divine masculine is, you know, unbeknownst to you, or you might be feeling it, is preparing to come forward to you. But some of you are just feeling so ashamed, like there's a low self-esteem here going on. This divine masculine may have really come in and really put you down or made you feel that you were devalued in some way, or that, you know, I'm just trying to think of what I'm getting there, is that you feel like you could have done better. You could have done better than what this divine masculine was offering you. He was quite arrogant, perhaps in some ways here, and you put up with that for a while, and it kind of made you come crashing down. This realization, you know, as well, that the divine masculine might have cheated on you, or might have just withdrawn and made you feel so much like a fool, you know, going after this and keeping connected to this and wanting this so badly, and then he's just kind of backed off and walked off, and that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like in this reading. So the divine feminine obviously wants the romantic partner, wants the dreams to come true. She wants the divine masculine to come in and make it right. And perhaps this divine feminine might be not strong enough to rebuild herself. So you guys need to be able to get through that, because I don't see this divine masculine as necessarily coming in to rescue that situation, even though he does want to make it right. He does want to come in and apologize, and I feel express his feelings for you as well. They are quite deep. But you may not realize that because of how this whole thing panned out and perhaps how you were treated. But we also teach people how to treat us. So maybe at the time you weren't strong enough to really stand up for yourself. You really were hurt and withdrew. And so it's about being able to work on yourself and build yourself. Get into this lead energy, authoritarian. Be able to stand up and be confident and assert, assert what it is that you want. Now, this could be an Aries you're dealing with. I think I said that before. Or there's an Aries connection here. I'm just having a look at what you want to say to the divine masculine right now. What do you want to say? What do you want to share? Yeah, interesting. Mistakes are the soul's lessons. This is for both of you. It's not just your mistake or the divine masculines. This is both of you. You're starting to realize in all of this darkness and chaos and hurt and pain and anger, etc., there's lessons to learn, and that it may have just been a mistake. You know, you might start realizing that now, that you want the divine you want the divine masculine to be the best he can be. You kind of look at him and you can see the potential that he can be. You have seen the best in this divine masculine, and something occurred between you where it's just, you know, you could see it as a mistake. Some of you are going to shake your head and say, no way, it's not just a mistake. He actually knew what he was doing, you know, etc., and that's fine. But this is like the higher self talking as well, seeing past all that stuff, seeing past the shadows. Being able to realize that, yes, we do make mistakes and we do need to heal this. And deep down, there's love there. And you're saying, I know we are soulmates. This could be the twin flame card as well. But you know that there's a soulmate connection. You know that this person is your love. You know, it's like they say, the one. This person is the one to you. So there's just this feeling of being really almost feeling like damaged, feeling like you really did put up with a lot. And I think you're starting to realize too how you did contribute to that, in allowing the divine masculine to get away with a lot of stuff as well, being able to be disrespected. That kind of thing's coming through as well. I think sometimes the twin flame or soulmates come in, and what it does is they test us, and they really do teach us through those lessons, through those mistakes. What are we going to put up with? How are we going to value ourselves? And, you know, this divine masculine feels bad for putting you through that. I really do feel this. What else do we want to see here? What's your special card? I want to do this. What is your special card here? What's going to help this? Or what do you need to know? Divine feminine. So you need to take care of your body. You need to take care of your body. There's a health issue here. You might have let yourself go for a bit. You might not be worried. You might be in this energy where you just don't care anymore, you know? And I mean, we are in self-isolation, a lot of us, you know, just not able to go out and dole ourselves up or whatever it might be. But there's a feeling that you really need to look after yourself. You need to watch your health. Some of you are just not eating. You're not just not living. You're just not eating. You're just depressed, down and out, and it's just like this has totally consumed you in some way. You need to come into some playful energy. So get out there and just, you know, not out there, but if you have to be around your home, whatever, you know, just be playful in some way. Just maybe being around children can help you as well. Be really playful, maybe just with your friends, being able to connect with friends who can cheer you up, that kind of thing. Also music. So it was funny because when I saw this, I thought of dancing, you know, just kind of like allowing that light-hearted energy to come through and get your body moving. Could be yoga, could be anything that just lightens that energy. And so we see music. So you are connecting with music through music with your divine masculine. There's something that you listen to that possibly could make you quite sad because it is a connective song here. Or theme or band, you know, but I see that also music is one of the best healers, and it could really help with this connection, could help with your healing here as well. But it's interesting, the music and the body care come through together. There's definitely a therapy, or not, what am I saying? I can't talk today. Therapeutic thing with this. So music is one of the best healers. If you do play an instrument, get out and do that, you know, get creative, that kind of thing as well. I just feel like for you, it's a time to really sit down, maybe do some artwork, draw, have some music on in the background. Whatever it is, you got to look after yourself. You might even run a bubble bath. You know, it's something to look after yourself with. Play some music and just relax. Just try and relax a bit through this time. You got to be really careful, you know, with how you're treating yourself, because there is a lot of guilt and shame there. Maybe there's something, maybe you push the divine masculine away. That could be something here as well. As a result of pain or whatever it was, you might have pushed the divine masculine out, and that's why he's gone silent and just retracted and withdrawn all the things that he was kind of sharing with you. That could be something here as well, where it's been both of you kind of hurting one another and withdrawing and no communication happening here. So anyway, I hope that's helped you guys, because it looks like it can heal. It looks like the divine masculine wants to come forward. It's just a phase right now, something you're both going through. There are some heavy energies there, but I feel like it can heal. It looks like he's coming forward very soon to communicate with you. Okay, guys, if you chose reading number 2, we're going to see your divine masculine's main energy first and then yours. We're going to see what's going on with this connection right now. All right, let's have a look at the shadows within each of you, the divine masculine. What's going on with the divine masculine right now for reading number 2? Reading number 2. Oh. Too many, guys. This is what it does to me. All right, hang on. Just one, please. Divine masculine. Got 2 for the divine masculine. I'm going to take those. And we're going to see the divine feminines. Sometimes they take a while. Divine feminines, please. There it is. Okay, and we're going to see the divine masculines. What else is going on here? Reading number 2, divine masculine. Gosh, what's going on? There's 3 there. I'll take those ones. Divine Feminine, reading number 2 for the Divine Feminine. Okay, let's see. Divine Feminines. I think that was up that way. I'm not really definite. I don't know if I'm doing reversals today. No, I'm not doing reversals today, but I can still read them as they are meant to be here. Okay, so the Divine Feminine. All right, let's have a look at the shadow self coming through for the Divine Masculine. The shadow self for the Divine, oh gosh. Divine Masculine, please. That's it. And we've got Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine energies here. The shadow self for the Divine Feminine. Okay, and we've got, I'll read these up first. I'm just going to turn this down a fraction. I'll stop this right now, guys. It's just distracting me. Okay, so let's have a look. So, just having a look here. Divine Masculine we'll start with. Okay. Love is an issue for this Divine Masculine. Perhaps he isn't able to express this emotion because there's a hole in his soul, and it comes down to his inner wounds from the childhood. So his childhood, maybe he wasn't loved in his childhood. Maybe he felt like he wasn't getting that affection from his mother, perhaps, especially that nurturing. He might have been feeling very rejected in life as he was growing up. So he doesn't know how to love. You know, when we look at this, he's quite oblivious on how this is affecting the Divine Feminine. He might come across as quite cold and aloof at times, that he just doesn't care. But I feel like he does care, but I feel like he's unable to really give you what you need right now because he's not understanding how to express it, how to give it. It's not to say it's not there, because it is. I can feel it is. He's got to be able to trust in his feelings. He's got to be able to, what we see here is connect with his sacral chakra, which is those personal deep feelings. And it's also about creativity and sexuality. And he's got to be able to connect love with sexuality here. So maybe to him, it could have felt for some of you that it was just a sexual connection, that it might have been a feeling like a casual thing, even though I do feel like he has these feelings, he holds them back. We've got the Scorpio energy transformation, and what it looks like to me, I mean, Scorpios are it's very much about sexuality. It's transformation here. It's birth, rebirth, death, that kind of thing. It's about what are we seeing? Contracts as well. So what I see with the Divine Masculine is that with this especially together, there's stuff that he really holds secret with you. Like, they can be very secretive, some Scorpios, you know, it can be very secretive energy. And there can be a possessiveness here as well. So on one hand, it's like he really doesn't want you being with anyone else. But at the same time, he can't necessarily give you everything you need either. So it's quite confusing for you because you're feeling this feeling of him drawing himself towards you and wanting to be close and intimate. But then there's this cut off and like a coldness that comes through, like a cold, aloof energy. So it's very confusing. But there's this death card, as it's sometimes known as, which is transformation. And it's very much around the sexuality. So it's secrets as well. He's hiding his secrets. What am I saying? He's holding secrets regarding his feelings. He's hiding his real deeper feelings for you because he doesn't know how to express it. And it might seem like he's deliberately doing it as to punish you, but I don't feel that. I don't feel that. It might come across that way, but I don't feel that he's necessarily trying to do that to you. We've got choose wisely. So he's got to be able to choose what it is he wants in life. He's got to be able to make the right choice. He's got to really examine himself deep within his feelings and his soul. He's got to look into his soul and see where that void is and fill it with love. He's got to be able to learn how to love himself first in order to give the love to you as well. So he has to make the right choices in life. He hasn't made the right choices in life. Perhaps he has had relationships where people have really hurt him. He might have had exes that were quite brutal with him or toxic. So it's hard for him to choose and to discriminate or discern what is good for him and what's not good for him. He's kind of attracting casual kind of relationships because he's not committing himself. So I feel like you perhaps really want this commitment and connection with him, but he's oblivious on how to give this to you. Let's have a look at his energy. What else is coming up here? We've also got, just to say, Cancer, Triumph, the Chariot moving forward. So this does look to me like he wants to gallop forward towards you, but he's being held back because he just doesn't know how to. It feels like there's this real, it could be sexual energy, but there's this chemistry and it's this magnetic attraction towards you. There's passion there. It's hiding quite deep within him. You might not even be aware of it. But he's quite aware of that. He just doesn't know. He's oblivious on how to come forward to you as much as I see he wants to come forward to you. So what we've got is, once again, him having to examine something. He has to research himself. There's miracles coming in here regarding this healing within him. Perhaps he does need to also, not sure if it's self-help books as such, because I don't know if he'd really be open to that, but it looks to me like he perhaps needs to go to a counsellor, someone who's quite wise and able to give him advice. But it's also about looking within himself and being able to examine, really like that self-examination, self-analysis, going within as to what is going on and why he is the way he is. Because you might have had conversations where he says things like, I don't know why, I don't know. How do you feel towards me, the Divine Feminine asks. I don't know. He's kind of like, whoa, I don't know. So he can't really be in touch with his emotions. He's trying to be. And that's something that he has to learn how to do, which is also, the sevens are about seeking answers, and emotionally he needs to seek that out. Let's see. I want to see what he wants to say to you. What does this want to say to you, or his higher self wants to say to you? What does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? Hang on, guys. What does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? It's quite a few here. All right, we've got 5. Let go of resentment. He wants you to let go of the resentments. I'm thinking of you right now. Be kind to yourself. My heart aches to reconcile, so he definitely wants to come forward and gallop towards you. He does have these strong, deep feelings for you. Our chemistry is so strong right now, so he's picking up on this chemistry. He's feeling it. He's feeling like he really wants to come forward, and definite strong sexual chemistry going on here. So that could be part of the shadow self, that lust, wanting to come forward. But he wants the Divine Feminine to let go of resentments. I think that's because he knows that he's not coming from a very nasty place. It's not like this malevolent energy coming through. It's not nasty. He just is the way he is. He can't sort of help it. He can't control that. I'm thinking of you right now. Be kind to yourself. He realizes, and he does care for you, that he wants you to... The Divine Feminine the Divine Masculine wants the Divine Feminine to look after herself through this. He really wants to get back together with you, and the chemistry is very strong. Now let's have a look at what the Divine Feminine's going through right now. I was just going to say quickly too that the Cancer is around home and family too, so he probably feels in this time of being separated that he's kind of like lost. He doesn't have that kind of security, that you are perhaps like a home to him. When he is with you, he feels safe. Okay, the Divine Feminine has to have faith in this situation. She's kind of lost, feeling left out in the cold, feeling like she can't rebuild something, that this can't be rebuilt. It's almost like too much water under the bridge, so to speak. So on saying that, though, you are awaiting results, so that you have invested a hell of a lot into this connection, and you're wanting to see changes. You really are wanting to extend your love out to this Divine Masculine, but at the same time you're feeling quite shut out because he has put a wall up, or become cold. You're feeling that cold, aloof energy. And, this is not to say that the Divine Masculine didn't lash out in some way, but I feel like it's because the Divine Feminines have also been prodding and prodding and prodding for this information that he just can't give. So the divine feminines have to have faith that, okay, in the end it's going to be okay. What you've invested in is going to produce perhaps the results you want. Definitely friendship. I mean, if anything, it's going to bring about this friendship, because I don't feel like this divine masculine wants to close this whole chapter with you. It's almost like if you don't accept him back in a love connection, even though he's got this strong chemistry and sexual stuff going on towards you here, it's very strong there, he still wants to have a connection with you. So the divine feminines also want to extend their love out to the divine masculine when it's the right time, because we've got awaiting results here. It's about patience and waiting for something to come to full fruition as well. So we've got implosion. The divine feminines might be holding a lot of their emotions within, this sadness, this anger, frustration, finding it hard to have faith in anything like the soulmate connection, twin flame connection, let alone the prayers and the universe and whoever you're praying to, etc., to have this work out. You're kind of losing faith. You've got the control reversed. This is the Leo energy, although I wasn't going to do reversed, but it shows me, this is Leo, that you're not really feeling in control. You realize this situation is out of your control right now. You're feeling quite hopeless and lost in this. So you're trying also, I feel, to control your own emotions through this. You're trying to perhaps not express the rage or the anger you're feeling or the questions you have. Maybe you're holding back from communicating, but at the same time, you're kind of like, got to be careful because you could be imploding within. And so it's feeling like, you know, these emotions and all that stuff going on within you could be really going around like a storm, like an emotional storm within you right now. And that's going to be causing a lot of angst, a lot of stress, constant obsession as to what this person's doing. Why won't they come to me? Why don't they love me? You know, it's that kind of thing. Why is he closing off? Does he not love me anymore? It's those kinds of things coming up with the divine feminine. They think the worst as well, like that it's a very personal thing, which it is. You know, it is a personal thing when you're being, you know, you're at the other side of this. You're at the other end of this energy here. So it's just normal and natural for the divine feminines to be feeling this hurt and pain and feel like you're constantly waiting for him to get his act together. That's what it feels like, because yes, he's got a heap of stuff to heal and sort through and actually get it. He's got to see within himself and get it, what he needs to heal. And I think some of the divine feminines can see it. They know the history and they've perhaps even told him what he needs to do, but he won't, he can hear it, but he won't understand it until he really looks within and does that inner work. So the divine feminines, what's going on here? Oh my God, guys, sorry, there's just way too many. Let me try again. Divine feminines. Okay, this is the positive expectations. So the divine feminines, once again, have to have faith, put their intentions out there, manifest what it is that they want to occur, have faith that everything is going to come around in its, you know, the full circle or full cycle is going to come around, because at the moment it is a cycle. He goes through these cycles with you. You've been going through these with him. So quiet time. In this time of quiet right now, this stillness, you need to go within your stillness. You need to use your powers to meditate and bring this about, like bring about your own healing. But it's not so much bringing about, you know, him to come to you as such. It's not like you're trying to pull his energy in. That's affecting his free will as well. But it's like you're trying to, or it's, you know, positive expectations, holding that intention, sending out the love to him as well whilst he is undergoing some darkness and challenging times, sending out love to yourself through this as well. Let's have a look at what you wanted to say to your divine masculine. What have we got here? Listen to your heart over what others say. So it could be that this divine masculine has other people or family or friends getting in his ear about this connection with you, and he may not be strong enough to really think for himself. Once again, he's not really delving deep into himself right now and what he needs to look at within regarding his own love, you know, the connecting with his own soul, his own feelings here. We know he has got deep feelings. He just doesn't know how to express them. But because other people may be getting into his ear, he is confused about this situation. Someone might be saying, or even his own inner voice might be telling him, I can't do this. I'm damaging this connection. I'm not able to give her what she needs. So I'm just better off staying back. That could be something going on there. Okay, so the divine masculine, what can help? There we are. Okay, so here we go. Problem resolved. So it looks like he's going to, you know, seek out that help, perhaps. Problem resolved right here. He's going to stand his ground with something and feeling safe. So we do see that home card right here, the Chariot moving forward. It's home and family. It's feeling safe. He does feel safe with the divine feminine. Just want to see what some of these are here. Yeah, he's really got to go into himself and alone. He needs to be alone right now and seek out those answers. Feeling safe, standing your ground. What I feel this is that perhaps the divine feminine really wants to come in. He is tempted to come towards her, but he also knows he has work to do. So it may be that he's standing his ground and not rushing right in right now. He knows he's got some stuff to sort out first. He doesn't really want to go on this journey anymore and affect the connection or affect the divine feminine, because he can see how it's affecting her. You know, that's the thing. He wants to reconcile. He wants to come forward. He is thinking of you. He wants you to let go of resentments and realize it's not something he's deliberately trying to do to hurt you. All right, let's have a look at what the divine feminine, what's going to help the divine feminine, or what's going to happen here. Yeah, dreams. So you've got to pay attention to your dreams. It's those positive expectations. What is it that you're seeking for yourself, let alone this connection? What are you seeking within yourself? What do you want to be? Do you want to be healed? Do you want to be stronger in yourself? Do you want to be more confident? Do you want to be able to deal with pain a lot better? It's just being able to look into your dreams about what you want to achieve within yourself, growing stronger in yourself, so that you don't crumble next time this might happen. But it's also about dreams that you're connecting with. You are connecting with him in your dreams. So there are a lot of love. There is a lot of love and connections and, you know, that chemistry within the, you know, in your dreams. That's what's happening here. You are connecting. So I just want one more card with that, actually. I just feel like I've got to pull one more for you. You might be stopping yourself from texting or messaging your divine masculine right now. This says body movement. You got to get your body moving. Some of you might have been really still lately. You just can't be bothered doing anything. And it's about being able to just get yourself moving. Maybe go for a walk. Maybe just do some yoga or whatever it might be that you're doing, just to get your body moving and feeling that... just refreshing your body, refreshing your mind, getting some oxygen into you. You know, go out and get some fresh air, whatever it might be, because at the moment it feels like you're kind of hiding away, and that's just not going to help this situation. So yes, you have to sit sometimes in the pain, but you don't want to stay in it too long, and you do have manifestation powers to bring something about where you can better yourself and how you feel within yourself as well, guys. So I hope that's helped you. Okay, guys, if you chose reading number 3, let's have a look at what's going on for your divine masculine and yourself. Your shadow sides right now, what's happening. Divine masculine, first up, please. Divine masculine, shadow side, please. What's going on? What's going on with divine masculine, please? Reading number 3. Oh, gosh. They all want to come out. Reading number 3, divine masculine, please. And we've got reading the psychic tarot, I should say, for the cards. Psychic tarot. Let's have a look. Divine masculine. And we want the divine feminine, please. Divine feminine. Divine Feminine. And where's her card here? Psychic Tarot for the heart cards. I love how they just fly out like that. So let's have a look at the shadow side for the Divine Masculine. What's going on with his shadow side right now? Oh gosh, far out. Because they throw themselves out altogether. I'll do it again. Come on. We want the Divine Masculine. There it is. Divine Masculine shadow side. Okay. Divine Feminine shadow side, please. Okay, this is happening. All right, so let's first up. Oh, sorry, guys. I keep messing up with that tripod. Hole in the soul, Divine Masculine. Really needs to nurture himself at this time. There is a lot of depression, a lot of mental anxiety going on for him right now. He's feeling very rejected, feeling left out in the cold, so to speak, feeling very down. He's got a lot of worries, might be keeping him up at night. It is this energy that's keeping him awake at night. He's becoming bitter, and maybe he has over many, there's many reasons, there's many experiences that have happened to him that have caused him to kind of like, it's build up of all this stuff that's causing him to be bitter. It's not just this connection, although you might be feeling this, bitterness that's coming through within him. It's kind of like preventing him from opening his heart and being able to express his feelings towards you. Maybe they've gone cold within him. Maybe he's just shut it off and become numb. But there's definitely this bitterness within him, which is kind of affecting, it is affecting him physically, his physical health. But I feel like the Divine Feminines are reading arrows at you. You know, it's like... it's just this really hard energy that is sending through to you, and he is very defensive. See this one here, the Seven of Wands. Stand your ground. So he is being very stubborn. He's hiding away. He's holding off. He's closing off. He's got a wall up to the Divine Feminine. It's almost like she feels punished by this Divine Masculine because he's drowning in his sorrows. He's playing a victim, perhaps. There's a lot of pain from his past. I'm not saying that that it's just him being, like this. There's definitely reasons for it. But at the same time, there's no excuse for him to treat the Divine Feminine this way. I just don't feel that when I look at these cards that the Divine Feminine has necessarily done anything to really deserve this kind of harsh brutality. It's like it's really coming forth towards her. It's like she can feel it within him. She might have even wanted to back off because it's so... full on. It's very strong, heavy energy that's coming through. Maybe I feel like for some of you that you might have tried to communicate and you just got stung. It was just like, it almost feels like this Divine Masculine did actually respond, but it wasn't what you were expecting. It could have been a really harsh message. It was really hurtful, that kind of thing, because he's coming from a place of anger and bitterness. So he's definitely in a negative mind space right there. He's very defensive. He's standing his ground. He's being stubborn, and kind of like, it's like that energy where the world is against him. It's how it's kind of like coming across that way, where he'll blame everyone else, but he's not looking within. Now, the Divine Feminine is feeling quite defeated in this connection, but it's so interesting that you've got the Alchemy card for the Divine Feminines. So whilst the Divine Feminines are feeling this challenge and pain, etc., they're also standing up and saying, you know what, I want to release this energy. I don't want to feel defeated in this anymore. I need to regain my it's like regaining your composure. It's able to stand up and say, I'm not going to allow or let this affect me any longer. So the Divine Feminines are choosing to release this right now. They're not just choosing to release the Divine Masculine for now because it's like, I'll let you go on your merry way and sort out your stuff. She's kind of like feeling that she wants to detach. She wants to release this and transform her pain into something that's beautiful for herself and look at the lessons and move forward and not let this affect her. So this is the Scorpio energy here as well. It's very much a deep pain that the divine feminines have carried with this connection, but it's almost like you look at him, the divine feminines are looking at the divine masculine as a very wounded soul, someone who's just not allowing the light in, someone who chooses to not change or let the light in for that transformation within themselves. And the divine feminines also feel that this divine masculine has, now he may not have been, but she feels that he's been holding secrets or not revealing, well, obviously not revealing his true self to her. He might have been wearing many masks. There could have been addictions in him as well, his life. That has really ruined his life. He's choosing to go down a bad path, it feels, but the divine feminines don't want a bar of that. They don't want to actually be pulled down into that anymore. So it's like she's really seeking out her own path now and seeking out her own security. She's not now seeking it out in this when she was perhaps before. If you have had a history together, it's kind of like, wow, you've been on this cycle with this divine masculine and you have gotten off that ride, and you're kind of like looking at these cycles that this divine masculine perhaps goes through, and you don't want a bar of that anymore. So you don't want to be feeling defeated in this anymore. All right, so what else have I got here? Divine masculine, here we are. Let's see what's going on for him. Come on, let's see what else is going on here. Manifestation, a new love. Now, for some of you, this might trigger you. It may be that he just can't face up to you because he realizes you can see into his soul. You can see all the damage and things that are there. But it looks like he might move if he, if there's a complete cutoff. It could be that he's moving into another connection because he might be addicted to that. Honeymoon phase is kind of like a cycle that can go through with that. It can be an abusive cycle sometimes where they seek out this honeymoon phase where everything's lovely and beautiful and it's like cotton, I can't say, it's like fairy tale, I don't even know what I was going to say there. But it's kind of like, this is what I see, is that he's kind of like seeking this lighter energy. He doesn't want to reveal his true self to someone else. Because you've seen it and he feels ashamed, he feels exposed and vulnerable when you can see these things within him because you're quite strong in your power. You kind of like look at him and think, I can see what's going on within you. I know everything that's going on within you. And he's not wanting to face himself. You kind of mirror this to him, what he needs to heal, and he doesn't like that. So it could be that he does seek out some other connection. But until he heals himself, that's just going to be perhaps damaged or not work out, or there might be lessons for that person as well that comes into his life here. This is your other card too I meant to show before, the solar plexus, losing confidence perhaps, or not having a direction to move forward in, but it does look like you are actually moving forward. I feel like this drained you, this energy drained you of your energy. This relationship, I should say, drained you of your energy. So let's see what's going on for you. Goodness me. Okay, that's them. So you're coming into a place of kindness and compassion. It's like, even though you can see that all this has happened and you kind of might really be repelled by this energy, you're kind of looking at him with compassion and thinking you are a wounded soul who needs a lot of help. You're moving forward in your life fearlessly right now, and you're really tapping into the magic of nature. So this is the magic of your own nature. You're rediscovering who you are. You're moving with a purpose in life right now. You're coming into this real kindness, like you're trying not to mirror this energy and retaliate from this. You're kind of stronger than that now. You've matured and you want to move forward and just embrace your magic in your life right now. What does the divine masculine want to say to you? Could be his higher self, or what he feels really deep beneath all of that bitterness and pain, etc. Where is it? So he wants to say, our love is protected and I'm sending you signs. So you might be getting a lot of signs around him that you're actually getting reminders constantly of him. It could be dreams. It could be physical signs that you see that is very significant to the both of you. It could be music. It could be a song that comes on the radio and you suddenly think of them. It might be someone's, it might be his name that you're hearing over a conversation somewhere. There's just signs coming through. He's saying our love is protected. So even though all of this is going on, he actually wants to be, he can be very overprotective at times as well, which is a strange thing to think of if he's backing off when he's in his pain, etc. But deep, this is his higher self, don't forget. So deep down, he's saying that our love is protected no matter what. In his mind, he thinks nothing can really come between you or your energy. You're like that cord. No one can cut that cord between the two of you. You're kind of bonded. He knows this, that there's a bond. He knows there's a very strong connection there when all this other stuff's not happening. When he's not in his shadow side, there's a beautiful connection going on here. And he knows this. So he wants you to know that he wants to protect this energy, this connection between the two of you. He also, I'll tell you now, wants to protect you from him. So he might be kind of lashing out or showing you his darker side, so he kind of pushes you away so you don't have to be dealing with that with him, even though he's angry at you. He's angry at everyone. What do you want to say to the Divine Masculine? What's your message? I blame myself and I need space right now. So there might be something that the Divine Feminines are feeling that they have kind of spiraled or triggered something within him that has spiraled him into this anxiety and depression, etc. Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I had a phone call come through and it just completely stopped my reading. I'm so sorry. I don't even know what I was up to now. All I know is that there was the I blame myself message from the Divine Feminine. So there's something, I'm just going to repeat it if it's already come through. The Divine Feminines are perhaps looking at something that might have been a trigger for the Divine Masculine that spiraled him down into this darkness and anxiety, etc. So she might be seeing herself as perhaps having said something that has really kind of like being the catalyst for him doing this, even though any kind of triggers could have made him do this anyway. It was time for him to go through that right now, and it is meant to be that he's in this heaviness. It feels quite heavy that he is meant to go down this right now, this path, so that he can finally look at something and hopefully heal from it, because this card came out for him, which is dreams coming true. So it looks to me like this is the best thing that could happen to him, and it sounds weird saying that, but sometimes we have to hit rock bottom, hit that, go into that darkness, hit right down the bottom, and before we can really finally get it and receive the help we need. He needs some outside help, this one. You might have wanted to really have your space as well. You needed to back off from that heavy energy to gain your own power and empower yourself again. Now I just want to see what your end of the reading is. Yeah. What's your end message? So trust, surrender and release. Look guys, we've got release here twice now. Surrender and release this connection for now, and because you need to bring harmony into your soul, into your life, into your purpose, your path, and you're sending love from afar to your Divine Masculine whilst he undergoes his healing journey. I feel like you're quite happy to disconnect from this right now because of the energy that's so strong that's coming at you, or you don't want to be dragged down into this anymore. It's like that what am I seeing there with that whirlpool kind of thing going around and around. You don't want to be sucked into that right now. And there is songs and different things that you're connecting with him through the astral plane and the 5D perhaps, because there are messages coming through. You do actually share a very strong bond when you're both not in your shadow sides here right now, but he's definitely in a shadow side here. So that is going to be something that he can, if he chooses to, go and get that outside help that he needs, and to really go within. I mean, it's hard for him to go within and reflect and look at his own self. It's very hard for him to do. But I feel like you closing off to this as well is kind of making him in some way look at himself and have that time apart to really, be able to see what he needs to heal within himself. Especially if he's going to be missing you. If he misses you, because you're also standing strong saying, I don't want to come back to this. whilst it's like this, you know. So he's got some time to think right now, and hopefully dissolve this bitterness that he's feeling within himself as well. And it's not to say that the Divine Feminine, you know, you guys might have said something or done something to really hurt this Divine Masculine as well, but the way he's responding is quite full on. Yeah, and I feel like it's a good thing that you're disconnecting right now and just focusing on yourself and turning those challenges into blessings and miracles into your own path right now. So I really hope that's helped you guys, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love and blessings.